Hi everyone. Hey, it's almost fall, almost time for all the college students to head back to campus to get indoctrinated even more by left-wing professors. And what better way to show just that kind of thing than by going to the University of Utah and a news story about a college instructor who not only wanted to insult people who believe in the right to keep and bear arms, but get this, wanted to relegate those people into a taped-off ghetto in the back of her class. It's hot off the presses, it's true, and it comes to us from the University of Utah, where an unnamed female instructor for an unnamed class was cited as having published a syllabus that actually said, quote, "Concealed carry is protected under your Second Amendment rights. However, because the University of Utah reserves the right to restrict elements of the First Amendment on campus to specifically sanction free speech zones, I am reserving the right to restrict elements of the Second Amendment in my own classroom," end quote. Which, in addition to not capitalizing First and Second Amendments to the U.S. Constitution, is factually wrong on numerous fronts. First of all, it's not her own classroom. This is a publicly funded, tax-funded university, so it's the taxpayer's classroom. Second, since it's a public entity, it has to respect people's rights. If this were a private entity, they could put whatever rules they wanted on there and restrict guns. But this is a public place where people's rights have to be respected. And they're not Second Amendment rights. They are rights that pre-exist the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment is there to ward off people working for the government and stop them from restricting people's pre-existing rights. That's the point. And third, the University of Utah already rescinded its so-called free speech zones in 2017. Isn't it just wonderful to think that a person this ill-informed is going to be teaching students for an entire year? But guess what? She adds to the insult. She says, quote, "And if you feel that it is somehow appropriate to bring a gun to class, hint it is not. It is absurd, antisocial, and frightening behavior. You are restricted to spending your time in my class, in my Second Amendment zone, a 3x3 taped square on the floor in the very back of the classroom that will be shared with all other gun carriers. This zone also does not include a desk, because desks are reserved for students who respect the personal and psychological safety of their classmates and instructor," end quote. Man, nothing but class, huh? Well, just to inform this unnamed instructor, the person being antisocial here is you, because you are not respecting the inherent rights of other individuals. Get it? I don't think so. Also, it's kind of funny that you write 3x3 without specifying whether it's 3x3 meters, 3x3 feet, or perhaps 3x3 inches. But that's okay. You're just going to be teaching students. In fact, you are the person who unfortunately could put these people at greater risk, because in your zeal to try to decrease the likelihood of having armed, peace-loving students in the class, you could actually increase the likelihood of people with ill intent being able to harm them. As John Lott has shown in his great book, More Guns, Less Crime, criminals with violent intent change their behavior if they think that there will be people in their target zones who might be armed. This is just a fact. They don't want to confront people with firearms. Also, one can look at the history of the United States as citizens bought firearms like crazy over the past couple decades, and yet violent crime and gun crime decreased according to the FBI's own statistics. In the meantime, in England, where they passed harsh gun restriction laws, and in Canada, where they did the same thing, violent crime and gun-related crime actually increased. So really, do we have to listen to this sort of nonsense? Honestly, this is very upsetting. In fact, one person who was very upset by this at the University of Utah was Utah State Representative Carrie Ann Lisenby, who specifically got a law passed last year to lower the legal age of concealed carry holding so that young women could be safer on campuses. She was quite upset about this, and she posted about this on Facebook. It sparked a massive reaction, and this unnamed instructor will no longer be teaching this class, and the syllabus has been changed. So there can be some positive results if people just pay attention to some of these very important matters regarding rights. We'll certainly continue to try to do so, and we hope you'll do so as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you very, very much for watching and for your comments. We always enjoy hearing from you. For MRC TV, I'm Gardner Goldsmith.